Crickets.
Crickets. Hello. Oh, we're back. All right. Welcome to DePue 22. DePue 22. Wow, look at this. This is a weekday, middle of the week. Fans jamming, having fun. Concession stands open. Smells like the fair, you know.
It does.
Oh my gosh, you get all this aromas that are just exotic.
We're getting ready for the Taste of the Regions tonight. Don't forget,
Yes.
That's what we're getting ready for.
Yeah, for these full-bodied guys, that's going to be fun.
I did. Remember our podcast we were talking about? You were listening. There is a place for me to go hiking, and I have that eyeballed. I had like 4 people message me saying they would all go with me. So might be a bunch of us boat racers up there hiking on the hills. I think I'm going to drag a couple.
I tell you what.
Well, you guys call hills here.
No. I've heard about this place, and when they talk about it, they snicker.
Okay, why is that?
It might be a setup. Who knows?
Just like the setup you gave me earlier of me going out in the 1100 runabout?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, well, I'm keeping you to that.
Wait a minute. Are we going to mic her up on the 1100?
You're going to mic me up for that 1100 runabout ride. We're going to get Slick out in the boat. Trent and Slick both need to go out in the 1100 runabout. I think we need to make that happen.
No.
Go out in style, right?
Have you ever heard Slick when he gets excited?
Have you heard me when I get excited?
Well, yours isn't X-rated. His is. He's not able to say anything. Dude.
Okay, we won't mic him up, but we'll put him out in a boat.
Yeah. Brandon Mills, go to your trailer. Brandon Mills, go to your trailer.
We're about ready to go boat racing again.
Yes,
How
we
about
are.
that, Village of DePue? Are y'all ready to start racing again? We did our swap of all of our volunteers, and we are about ready to go racing. Once again, all of our events are listed on the DePue22.com website. That's our racing for the rest of the week. Plus, we have events going on afterwards. You can find out everything you need to know about what's going to be happening here in DePue, Illinois.
I think we're going to lead off with Sea Service Runabout. We should have them down to the water. Let's see who we have here. All right, we've got R21, Jonathan Nielsen. Oh, looky here, from out west, another one of those Western people. Brandon Mills to what? The prop trailer? Is that what you're saying? Brandon Mills to the prop trailer. Brandon Mills to the prop trailer. All right, so let's get back. Jonathan Nielsen piloting R21, Ellensburg, Washington. Duke Johnson, S79, Granville, Ohio. All right, here's a name you know.
I do.
You're smiling, I see it.
I am.
S52, Aaron Proctor, piloting the David Everhart Special. Aaron Proctor. H81, Devin Huff out of Dorr, Michigan. R2, Doug Martin. Here's a black diamond.
Yep.
There's a diamond in the rough. Washington. C95, Nick Ingles, Bakersfield, California. B13, Justin Gibson out of Washington, Illinois. And right here in front of us, real close in front, Tim Weber out of Atlanta, Georgia, piloting the beautiful E8. E8.
A lot of stepping on stuff that keeps going bad.
This will be our sea service. I know that the DePue crowd that's out here are very familiar with Sea Service. They run here every year with the title series. And these are boats that go back into the motors, can be tracked back into the 50s, 60s. And pretty much this is a demonstration from what we grew from.
Hydroplane racing started way back in the 40s and 50s, and these are the motors that they were using originally. And it's great to see that they keep these motors running in the history of hydroplane racing. Because, you know, I'm a huge fan. I'm lucky enough to live out in the Washington state where we have this great place called the Washington Hydroplane and Boat Racing Museum. John, have you been there yet?
No, I haven't, and I'll tell you what, if by some chance one of my teammates makes Hall of Champions this year, if they do, I think it's out in Seattle.
It is.
Yes, there we go.
Yes, so
I
if
get
you are
this.
ever out in the Seattle area, in Seattle, Washington. Highly suggest you go to the Hydroplane and Raceboat Museum. They have hydroplane memorabilia from way back in the beginning.
Not yet. Still through Facebook.
Big, small, whatever you want. They've got trophies from H1 Unlimiteds. They've got, driver suits. Trophies from
Sea Service Runabout should have you to the water.
How about now?
Nope. It's still through Facebook, bud.
Well, I think we got to turn off your Facebook so you can hear that if it's coming through your
Okay, got it.
And he's got to turn down his volume.
Okay, I've got it killed and it's still not up. Hang on, let me make sure I've got sound. I'm hearing it on your phone, but I'm not hearing it on the... I'm going to be so pissed off.
So this is something that we haven't seen
now I
much
hear
today. A runabout out on the water. We've been watching mostly hydros, which have 2 pickle forks. The runabout is a V-hull meant to cut through the water, a different style of racing and a different style of boats. It's kind of fun to see these guys out here in the antiques. They're going to be a fun heat to watch.
They talk about these runabout drivers, and you probably need to take some kind of test to figure out what would possess you to want to drive one. They're a handful.
They are. They're a lot of work to race these ones. You know what I like, John? I love watching the roll-up runabouts. Those are so much fun. Top of Michigan, that's another great race to look up and see when that is. We race across the United States, all over. We have drivers here from Florida, Michigan, of course, my Washingtonians, and I saw a special number and a special alpha of a CE. We have an Ontario, Canada racer here today.
Yes, thank goodness. Thank goodness our borders are open again. Hey, ladies and gentlemen. We can cross back and forth. Our friends and family from Canada can come in and race. We've missed them, and this is very important. We're glad to have them back. So they don't have to sneak across. They can drive across. All right, this is good.
I'm back with you, John and Kay.
Oh, my, there's a voice. Holy buckets himself. Ray, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling much better, thank you.
What are
I
the
appreciate
chances?
it. I'm hoping to get out of COVID jail tomorrow morning.
Oh, my gosh. How long will it take you to get here?
It's about a 3.5 to 4 hour jaunt. So if I leave here at 7 in the morning, that's 6 o'clock your time. I should be there by 10:30, somewhere in there.
Can we count on it?
Well, if I feel tomorrow morning like I feel right now, yeah.
Perfect.
I'm going to hold you to it.
Your whole fan club is down here waiting for you, Ray. They're all waiting, including myself. I am excited to finally meet you face to face.
Well, it's always a great weekend for our family. Having grown up in that area, we always get together on the evenings. So we got 175s coming up.
Yes, sir.
There they are.
No, Sea Service, and then the 175. Yes.
Okay.
Yep, we've got Sea
Has
Service.
Sea Service run it all yet?
No, sir. We're in the split, the changing of the guard, getting ready to fire up the PM version.
Well, Ray, you've been here a few years. How many is that now?
37, I think.
37 years. You have seen everything here. I know it's hard to pinpoint one driver that you would always be cheering on, but what, when you come here, is your favorite class to watch?
Well, up until the 1100 runabout team, 1100 hydro, there's always a fast, especially in the era of the cab overs, Kay.
Yes.
They were just amazing to watch.
They still are. I'm hoping to get myself a ride. John seems to think he's going to put me in an 1100 runabout out here.
Yeah, no, the cab over hydros, when you had Joe Michelini and you had Richard Austin, you had Enthrop and a bunch of the other guys, all had the cab overs, and they were just amazing to watch. as they'd come down the straightaway. You talk about in the air. Those boats, you could have read the newspaper on the other side. It was just incredible.
Well, what is your favorite memory of being here? Did you ever get a chance to get out onto the water?
Oh yeah, I raced there back in the 60s. I watched everybody go by me, but that was okay. I got to race on my home water.
What class did you race?
Yeah. I'm sorry?
What class did you race?
I ran A and B hydro and runabout, and then ran the Formula E runabout.
Is there any class that's out there that you said, someday I want to race that? Was there one particular class that you always wanted to race?
You know, I ran the two-man runabout in the Super E class back in the 60s and 70s. But I think the class that I really would love to run is an open capsule boat.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
You know, I used to call him. We had a fella that ran a capsule without a lid on it. And I used to call him his convertible. And Bill Kurtz was that driver, and he could not stand having that lid over the top of him. So he always drove it without any lid up on top, and he could run well. And that was a homemade built boat, but he did really, really well with it.
Yeah, I'm kind of claustrophobic, so I'm going to stick to an open cockpit. I did sit in a couple closed cockpit boats, and actually it was my brother's H1 Unlimited boat, and Sam Hodeling, which I'm sure you know that name, he closed the cockpit on me, and I looked like a caged animal, and he sat there and laughed at me.
Well, if people want to get a view of what probably was a frightening ride for your brother,
Yes.
if they go to YouTube and just type in J-Dub accident at Detroit on YouTube, and you can find it.
You can
And he
find
lost
3 of
his
those, as a
brother
matter of
up there.
fact. He is 3 for
Yeah.
4 there. But yes, you are talking about when he did crash into the seawall of the H1 Unlimited. So go to your YouTube if you want to see what it looks like. It's an onboard camera view, and you can see what it looks like to pretty much slam into a seawall at 200 miles an hour. Thanks to the safety that they put into the H1 Unlimiteds, he was able to hobble away. Unfortunately, broke every bone in his foot. And, you know, got back into the boat at Madison, Indiana the next year and did a fabulous job. Unfortunately, he was unable to make it to here this weekend. You know he had plans on coming, but unfortunately was unable to make it to DePue 22.
Okay, you talked about a roll-up runabout. I think Devin Huff is driving the H81, which will be a blue boat.
Okay.
And you watch him in the corner, and he'll roll it up on its side going through.
All right, Ray, they're asking me to make the announcement. We need C service runabout to the water. We've got one more going out. I'm going to practice here real quick, but C service, I should have you in the water. C service runabout. You're next.
You know, this is an interesting class. This is a motor that was built back in the 1930s. And this motor was actually a fishing motor. But the guys figured out how to put a down housing and a lower unit on it and have started racing them and trying to keep these motors running. It's just amazing. I know Steve Greaves does a lot of work up in the Northwest trying to keep everything running and going, but they can be really cantankerous, and when you break them, there's a lot of money that's going to go down the drain with it.
That's right, Ray. You know, I watched Gibson and all these guys that travel together out of Ohio, and they put on a great show. I've had a lot of fun following them through the years. Who is this out here on the water?
C8.
I'm
sorry, C95. That's Nick Ingles out of Bakersfield, California.
Yep.
I'm sure each of these.
Checkerboard.
Yep. Got the checkerboard.
Right up on top. Nick is quite familiar with the DePue water. I think he's been on his head every year he's been here, except hopefully not this year.
Cross our fingers.
There we go. We've got a little 175 coming up next to him. So we go from the old to the new. Wow.
That 175 class has really grown tremendously for the title series, and it every race we end up with at least 10 or 12 of them, and these guys have really figured out how to make those things fly.
Sea Service Runabout. Let's get you to the water. Let's be ready to go. Sea Service Runabout. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 8 of you.
Have you given the numbers yet?
Yes, sir, I have. R21, Jonathan Nielsen out of Ellensburg, Washington. S79, you know that number. Duke Johnson. S52, our friend, your friend, everybody's friend,
Yes.
Miss Erin Proctor from out of Indianapolis, Indiana. H81, Devin Huff. R2, Doug Martin, Black Diamond, Washington. C95, Nick Ingles, Bakersfield, California. V113, Justin Gibson, Washington, Illinois. And again, piloting that beautiful light blue E8, Tim Weber out of Atlanta, Georgia.
I don't know, Ray. Can you hear all the wind that's coming through our microphone?
Yeah, I sure can. It's coming up out of that southwest corner, which means as soon as they start to angle toward that first turn, they're going to catch a whole lot of wind as they come.
I think it presented some problems earlier when some of the frequent flyers that we had, took 3 out in that 850. That was amazing.
Yeah, but I got sent a couple pictures of Houndstein's boat, and the back end is just gone. I have not gone down to see Bryce's boat. I'm almost afraid to. I mean, there was some serious carnage, but all 3 drivers signaled okay, and they are doing just fine. I did see Dan walking around a little bit ago. He's down at his boat right now.
Yep. Thank you, Lord. Yes, they were safe. That was wonderful.
I think I've said it a million times, but I really do mean it. I have friends and family that'll ask me how were the races this week, and I tell them it was great. Everybody went home, and
Amen.
thank the good Lord that we were able to see those guys come out of that mess in that first turn with no injuries.
Ray, I've had goosebumps in every heat, even our A and J's. It's been exciting. It's so fun seeing, and they're out there competing, for that coveted number 1. Of course, this is the modifieds that we're talking about, but that is, wow, the excitement. The A-Bears, we got a number 1, or they did.
Yeah.
Mama's sitting next to me right here.
A proud mama.
She's
Proud
grinning
mama
from
is
ear
right.
to ear. Oh, my gosh. Oh. Do you think there'll be a
John,
party tonight?
You made the comment earlier that the guys are sitting on their knees with the throttle in their left hand and their steering wheel in the right hand. I always kind of chuckle and say, and I hope that they've got the brain connected between the two. Because
The
when
throttle
you're-
works both ways, is what my father told me for years. Sometimes I didn't quite listen.
when you're at a nationals, I mean, that prestige of winning a nationals, sometimes, the bravery overtakes the brain, and hopefully that'll not be the case.
And right now, Ray, we are seeing the key factor to taking the checkered flag. Testing, testing, and testing. I've seen a couple of these boats go out and to take advantage of this short test session, changing props, changing setups, and I have a feeling we'll be seeing a couple of these guys. This is one particular, the 192 that just came across the start-finish line. Bradley, Degart?
Brad Dykert.
Dykert.
Okay, I will get these names. He's gone out, I want to say he's probably done 10 to 15 laps. Testing, and seat time is huge.
He's only been with us, I think, 3 years. And the first year he went out and won a championship with his stuff. So he's quite a runner. He'll be up toward the top when they get going. And along with David Tenney's entries with David Jones and Brian Palmquist, both of those will be in toward the top.
Yeah, Brian went out a little bit earlier and unfortunately came in on a toe. So we're going to have to see what happens with that one. Oh, and I think he's going right. Nope.
Hopefully he wasn't plowing water and maybe an electrical or fuel issues for him. But I have a nephew that's going to be running in this particular class.
Oh, who's that?
Boat 888. His name is Nick Wachtelka. And he's my brother's son. And Nick took a ride at the school last year here at DePue and got fired up, went out and bought some good equipment, and hopefully we'll see him well.
Yes, I've been reminding all of our listeners and our fans here on the beach to go to the apba.org. That's where you can find the list of these driver's schools that you're talking about. And I always say, hook, line, and sinker. All you need is one lap around the course in one of these hydros, and you're going to be buying one.
Palmquist looks like he's got it hooked up. But have you had your V8 today, Ray? Because if you hadn't, coming down the straightaway is V8.
No, but I've had at least 5 Diet Cokes.
Oh my goodness, you did not say that.
All right, here comes
3 Diet Pepsis in.
Here's the V8. If you haven't had your V8, come down and get it. V8.
Well, John, it's kind of interesting. My number was V888.
Wow. Okay. So the significance of Nick's number.
A lot of times you see that. You know, you'll see the same numbers in one crew, one team, and one trailer. Our family grew up with the 7s, so I've been proud 7. I'll do the 777s. But then you got the orange boats over there. You can't miss a Houndstein family. So a lot of times you'll see 2nd, 3rd, and 4th generations handing down the reins and handing down the numbers.
Yeah, my nephew took my number to put on his boat, and I appreciated that.
That's cool.
Quite an honor. That is so cool. Thank you for that story.
The V8 that just came in, that was Bailey Birkeland, and I think Bailey was about 17 maybe, and won the national title here at DePue back probably 6-7 years ago. So,
wow.
Well, he's going for it again because I don't think that kid's ever I don't think he's gotten out of the boat yet. They keep changing stuff when he's in the boat.
She. Did you say?
Doing that?
Yeah, she.
She.
Bailey, I think. Right,
you know,
Ray?
It's kind of interesting when you think about what they're doing right now, because the air changes so dramatically that if you tested last week and it was 90 degrees, you're off considerably in the kind of air that you've got right now. So your carburation's going to change. All of this is kind of a science that I have no idea what it's about, to be honest with you.
Well, then you've got the added factor of fuel ratios. I know we tinkered with that when I was racing back in Formula Hydro days. We would tinker with the non-oxygenated fuel versus the avgas, and we would mix a certain amount. So you've got all kinds of factors that you can put into these things, whether it be your setup, your prop, your fuel, your weight, where your weight distribution is. That's another key factor.
I'm looking down here. It looks like they're on that V8 possibly changing a prop, going to a different prop. So they're down there working away.
And we all know that famous prop person, Mr. DeWald.
Yep.
He is definitely the one. If you want a prop, you got to contact that guy. He will hook you up. He's great because you get a prop. I've done it many a times, and I've called him and I said, hey, this one's not doing this or this is doing this. And then he'd be like, oh, how about this suggestion?
You know, that's a great thought, Kay, because now with the hydraulics that are sitting on the back of that boat that can raise that motor up and down, sometimes a prop is not going to work at a specific level in the water. Mm-hmm. And you got to kind of toy with it a little bit to see where you're at and get the maximum out of them, because with that hydraulic system now going down the straightaway, you can lift that prop to the point where it's just barely in the water, but it's really giving you the push.
We have a Lawrence Lake Yelm that happens. It's the record course the end of September in Washington State. We have all day Friday where we have testing. And I can remember being that person that never got to get out of the cockpit. My dad would take the prop off, and this is funny for you, Ray, because I'm sure you've seen this or heard this. He would run to the tow hitch ball, and he would start hammering on the prop. Don't tell DeWalt.
Yep.
So we got him a license plate frame that says Dad's Prop Shop.
And we just had some racing history walk in front of us here. Oh, Nuccio. He walked in front, waved at us, and I tell you what, made me feel kind of good. He said, "Good job, guys, good job." That man can be critical, so that makes me feel good.
Yeah, I'm going to take that Diet Coke out of his hand and put a real soda in there. Where's your Diet Pepsi?
You won't change his mind, trust me. Trust me.
No way.
Yeah, no way. Well, Ray, our weather, we've got these spotty clouds, and we've got the wind that is kind of gusting. It'll set down, and then the next thing you know, it's back. And how often have we seen that through the years? And especially
I was
the
looking
wind.
at the weather. I was looking at the weather radar. There's actually was some rain north of you, but it looked like it was going to continue on to the east
Excellent.
and not get into any trouble for you guys.
Very good, very good. Yeah, once again, he's coming back by to get some airtime. Here he is. He's smiling. Oh, he's coming up.
Uh-oh.
Missed you at Springfield.
I know. I wanted to be at Springfield. I'm sorry. I did watch. But I will be back at Springfield in a few weeks for the OPC Nationals.
Yeah. He doesn't say anything about missing me. He's only going to go with the pretty girls.
But yes, I did miss Springfield. It was fun to watch. I was watching it on the live stream, so I was missing it, but
We didn't finish second this year.
okay.
It's kind of interesting when looking at the entries over at Springfield. The fuel prices at the time that they ran that must have just really had a tremendous effect on them.
Yeah, that's made a key factor in some people not being able to make it out to some of the races across the United States this year. But, we got through COVID, and we'll get through the gas prices. Next year, this year has been great. There is tons of people here, tons of trailers, tons of drivers. But DePue 2023, I've already blocked it off my calendar.
There you go. DePue 23. I like the sound of DePue 22.
I do. I love the DePue 22.
We're day 2 at DePue 22. We're rolling the twos. Deuces.
That was my hashtag. I'm glad to see you. Did you catch that?
Maybe.
Hydro Racer, I put hashtag prettier in pink, hashtag deuces.
Yep.
You did catch. Oh, you're so smart.
Sometimes. All right. So we should be coming close to the end. It looks like they're doing their shuttles. They've got those complete. Got to check the buoys.
It's a new boat for Bailey. She bought a boat from Mike Wynand and is really happy with that. She sold her Pew boat, I think out east someplace, and bought this brand new one, and she's really happy with it.
She looks great out there. She's
just running well.
Yeah. I wouldn't do it. I'm sorry. I can't do a lay down. Like I told John earlier, I took a lay down out once and said, no, thank you.
We saw Eric Vanover head first fly that boat.
Yes.
That was unbelievable.
That's an Eric. That's a
I'd be
Vanover
looking for
thing.
my
They
pillow
are
and
great
blanket.
drivers.
Go ahead, Ray.
I said I'd be looking for a pillow and a blanket.
Oh, my gosh.
Or a chiropractor.
We saw him try to get inside that boat, but he was out in the open. He was flying in the breeze. All right. I'm anxiously awaiting to hear those words.
This is typical for the title series. We usually give the drivers the morning for some test time to kind of lock in on the conditions of the weather and all the things that you got to worry about there. So I think they're giving them a little bit of extra time to make sure that things are right for them.
All right, they just put a red flag up, so this boat going out is the last boat out.
It's almost time to go racing. Are you two ready?
Yes, yes. Yes. Wow, that wind.
Uh-huh.
I don't like it.
You know, it's kind of interesting. The backstretch is really the one that's been problematic over the years here at DePue.
Yes, sir.
I can't tell you how many guys went up and over about halfway down the backstretch. And to see the kind of air that they're getting coming up the front straightaway is kind of
Like
amazing to me, because that's usually not the case.
All right,
He needs
Ray.
to settle. He needs to put a little bit more of turn fin on that boat, because it looked like he was starting to get a little loose coming into turn one.
I thought that we were supposed to only be running ones that were going out. I don't see that number out there. Well, is that another one going out? Yep.
That one did in the back stretch a little bit ago. I did get that number, and it's an orange and blue boat.
There you go. There's the aroma.
Yes, it just smells
Ooh.
good.
All right, look at that boat lift. Oh, my gosh.
Settle that thing down. That's the 888 Nick Patipka.
Yep,
my
there it is.
nephew.
Your boy.
Yep, we know who that is. All right, there we go. That's your nephew. He was air drying it, Ray.
Yeah. Ray, you need to get here and have a little talk with him.
Well, I'm hoping I can get out of here in the morning.
How is your wife?
You know, she got pretty sick Monday and Tuesday and hasn't developed anything more. You know, she's still sick, but it hasn't gotten worse, I guess is how I'd put it.
Are you continuing
grateful.
Are you continuing that regimen of medication?
Yeah, she's on the Paxlovid right now.
Okay.
And I got to tell you, that helped me tremendously. And I think I was probably maybe 16 hours or so after the first sign of it that I started taking it, and my wife's about the same. So hopefully it'll do for her what it did for me.
Yes. All right. And we should be close. This is the local
can knock you
favorite
down.
right here.
You know,
Ethan
went 2.5
Fox.
years without it, and then all of a sudden, kabang.
Ethan Fox in that 20 just went by.
Yeah, you know that the colors that Ethan is running are the DePue High School colors,
Yes.
orange and blue.
Yep. Have you seen the hats and shirts this year, Ray?
I have not yet.
Oh my gosh, they're beautiful. Orange. They're orange. The hat is orange and white with a black bill. The shirt is orange with the blue lettering on it, white background. Really striking. They did a great job this year.
Yeah, I'm encouraging all of our fans to make sure they go get their shirt. They're selling out quickly. You had already talked about the tie-dyed ones are out. And I always like to tell the fans, here's what you do. You come in, you can buy a shirt. And then at our events at night, make sure you come back to the events at night with a Sharpie and get signatures.
Hey. there
My
you're
daughter
talking.
she wears her scoop shirt all the time, and she was so proud the very first day to walk back into school, and he had signed it.
I thought that young lady was coming up to say something, but she turned around.
So yeah, so once again, make sure you come up and go get your shirt, your DePue 22 shirt. Grab yourself a Sharpie and have these drivers sign it. It's kind of a cool memorabilia thing to have.
All right, we should have sea service runabout in the water, 175 to the water. Oh, we're going with 175 first. Ray, they're kind of switch things up here. Sounds as if we're going to go and roll with the 175.
So 175 should be in the water, ready to go. 175 to the water, you should be ready to go.
Okay. Who'll be in the first heat there?
All right. You want to go?
How about we go every other one?
Pardon?
How about we go every other one?
Okay.
All right, I'll start it off. We just saw the blue and orange. That would be your high school colors for DePue High School. Ethan Fox in the 20.
10E, Brian Palmquist.
Bradley Dykert in the 192 out of Bristol, Indiana.
V20, Shannon Chance.
Marshall Eldridge in the 111 out of Lakeland, Florida.
Number 22, Christy Ellison.
And one we've seen out here quite a bit. Brand new boat to her, so she's getting all the kinks figured out, and I think it's going to pay off. Bailey Berkrund.
Yes. How about a 10, CE, our Canadian friend, Will Hunter out of Bath, Ontario, Canada.
The 626 is Christy Shank out of Lakeland, Florida.
52, Paul Keller, Cass City, Michigan.
Brianna Payne, Central Point, Iowa, in the X22.
And the nephew, number 888, Ray Rada's nephew, Nick Witalka, Brooklyn Park, Minnesota.
Trying to block the wind with my clipboard, and it is coming around so hard. I can't even do that. Knock on wood, we don't have any white caps out on the course, but if you look out on the course right now, you can see those darker spots. That's where your wind gusts are coming through. When you're coming down in the first turn and you've got 6 or 7 boats on each side of you and you look forward at that, it's another key factor of getting in and out of turn 1.
Yes, yes, this is going to be a challenge as they come down the straightaway. We have a full field almost.
We have 12 of them.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12 of them, Ray. Count them. 12 of them. Deck to deck.
They must have had some scratches because I had 14 at one point. So looks like maybe they're down to the 12.
Okay, they just come to me and announced. They've just come to me and announced. Yesterday, we need the top finishers where it was a final. We need you at the end of the day today to please come up here for the awards ceremony. This will be at the end of racing. Also, today, national champions, the ones that have won, please come up here. First, second, and third place. Again, repeat, first, second, and third place. We will award the medals. So please make your way after the racing today.
$175 should be in the water, ready to go. 175 hydro. You should be in the water, ready to go.
They'll run
30 to the 3. There we go. We just got it right. 30 to the 3.
Yep. They'll run 3 heats. They'll add up all the points from the 3 heats, and that'll be your national champion. And again, we time everybody, so if we ended up with a tie, they'd be able to go to the stopwatches and know who took the least amount of time for the 3 heats of racing. Well, this ought to be great with 11 or 12 of them on the water.
Well, Bailey is down here in the V8. Looks like the V8's scrambling to get some issues figured out. So hopefully we're going to see Bailey out here in the 175.
She's getting her helmet on. They're watching from the stand. They do know that they're thrashing. We're going to give them the opportunity to make it on the water.
Looks like they might have done a gear oil change real quick. That's what I'm thinking I'm seeing. Checking the plugs.
Too bad because she was running pretty well.
No, they're checking plugs. They're about ready to back her in. So we're going to be seeing Bailey Berkland out of Mount Prospect, Illinois.
I think that's probably why she came up, was to tell us that she needed some time. She didn't get to talk to us. I saw her turn around and walk off. Okay. Okay. They were asking how much more time was left in testing. Okay, they're backing her boat in. She'll get in the boat. They'll turn it around. They're continuing to come into the park. This is amazing. This is so fun. Look up and down the shoreline. We're beginning to fill it in. As we roll into the weekend, Kay, they're going to be jammed in here. You can't stir them with a stick.
I heard. I've seen pictures over the years, and I've always wanted to come to this race. Unfortunately, it backs up to the Stock Nationals, and I'm a stock racer, so I've always had to have all of my vacation time set there. But I am excited to
30
be here.
to the 3. There it is. That's what we wanted to hear. 30 to the 3.
John?
Here. Yes, sir.
Is David Jones listed as a starter in this one?
No.
No, sir.
Huh. Something must have happened.
I'll try to find out.
Yeah, he runs for the David Tenney
Yes.
Motorsports.
Yep.
But I see Palmquist is out there, though, right?
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, Palmquist is in that, should be in that 10E, silver and blue boat.
He'll be in a turquoise slid with a kind of a gray deck to it.
Right.
There goes Bailey.
Yep, Bailey's first out onto the water. Or no, Bailey's still in here. The one that just left.
Well, you're going to have two young ladies for sure with, three.
Three.
With
We got
Christy
three
Ellison,
girls out here, of
David
course.
Berkman.
Ray, I haven't seen anybody have to wag their tail yet. We do have one in the middle. There it goes. It seems to be picking up. Good. So shaking it loose. So far not having to, Ray.
Bailey
1,
Berkman loaded it
2,
up.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. On, I need, there's 10. Oh, yeah, down at the top of turn number 1, they're doing the dance out there, trying to get it unloaded.
Yeah, I've seen that one, and it works. It's a really crazy concept, but it works. Look at the 22. Kristy Ellison, that is a beautiful boat. White with a lime green. The X22 just came across the start-finish lane. That's
Brianna
another
Payne.
one of our female drivers
Yeah.
out there.
All right, look, they got it busted loose. Good deal. Whack the tail.
Brian Palmquist comes across the start-finish line in that
1
10E.
minute. 1 minute. Oh, there goes that 626. We know who that is. Christy Shank out of Lakeland, Florida. Been working all off season. Spent a lot of time on that boat. I followed it on Facebook.
This is going to be one heck of a heat.
Oh, I'm getting
12 of them. I
goosebumps.
know. I was just
Hey.
thinking. I was like, oh.
Hey, I'm getting goosebumps.
We're at 30 seconds.
Everybody's up on the fence, squeezing in. Whoa.
Well, John, it's probably only about a 6-second run for these guys?
I'm telling you, Ray, what do you think? Less than 6 seconds. They can cover the ground.
Well, I can see my nephew struggling. He loaded it up.
Oh, I know.
Trying to
I'm
get it
looking
there.
at that. He's out in the mid. Oh, no. Yep, he's down, Ray. 2, 1. Wow, in the meantime, we got a flyer on the outside. Who is it?
That's the 20, driven by Ethan Fox, followed by the 626. The 111 starting to go down.
Wow, Fox on All boats are legal. We just got the call, Ray.
Look at that race for second and third. On the outside is going to be the bright blue. I believe that's Christy Schenken, the 626. Going to give a challenge to the orange and blue boat.
You know, they win or lose it at the start line. Fox has won it if he keeps that boat running. Wow, what a flyer from the outside. Nailed it, absolutely. Here they come into lap number 1.
Oh, we just lost one more down in turn
we've got
2.
another down in turn 2.
Able to bring it in on the inside of the course.
Oh, no, we've got, he's up on the top. No, now in, oh my gosh, down in turn 2. One boat up on the other boat. Rode it out. Another came in and pushed.
All right, we're going to continue with this race. We're going to throw up the blue and white flag. That tells our drivers they're under power. Palmquist in that 10 is being challenged by the X22 of Brianna, followed by that beautiful white and lime
Bradley
green.
Dyker disqualified. Dyker, I'm getting a disqualification on. In the meantime, look at them down there sitting ducks at the exit of the turn. All right, let's keep an eye on it.
Take some evasive action.
Oh no, we've got another.
Ethan
Oh, he's
Fox.
having to wag the tail. Fox loaded it up. He saw those boats sitting there. Oh.
Ethan Fox is able to get it back up under power, but we got competition. It's going to be the 10E, Brian Palmquist. Ethan comes in hard into turn 1. He's got to give him that rooster tail advantage before he tries to take over that inside lane. Palmquist able to hold on to the inside lane. We got a great race for first and second. We got boats going down like crazy out into the middle of the front stretch.
My.
But our leader out on the course.
Our V8 has moved up to position 4. We got Palmquist in second down the back straightaway. Fox is on a roll. Got it on rails. Nailed it at the start. Around the corner they come. Watch them as they turn. Those drivers are sitting ducks out there as they weave around them. Through the middle they go. One outside, one underneath. Fox coming down the middle.
Oh, he gets real flighty going across the start-finish line. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Palmquist doing everything he can to try and catch Ethan Fox as we're seeing these boats fly across the water here at speeds of over 90 miles per hour. Out on the course right now, 175 Hydro. Your leader, Ethan Fox, in the 20, being challenged.
Hey,
here comes Palmquist.
Oh, we've got a change. Oh, Fox loads it up. Down he goes. Palmquist up into first. Palmquist down the back straightaway. Fox wagging the tail, trying to unload it. There he goes. He's wagging it.
As he gets passed by Christy Ellison, that puts her into the second place position.
Oh, man, that changed.
Checker flag is going to come out for Palmquist. Brian Palmquist out of Diamond Lake, Illinois in the 10E collects the checkered flag.
Isn't that something in just a split second? Oh, dang.
Christy Ellison in the 22.
Let's see if Fox can keep it running.
He's dropping back quickly. Now just watch third place walk away. Fourth place, he's dropping down to fifth place. But some points are better than none. They'll run 3
across the line in first. Ellison's in second, am I right?
Yes.
Who's got our third? Talking about some action.
Bailey Berkman
Hey,
in the red
Bailey,
line
all right,
V8.
Congratulations. Have you had your V8? Way to go.
What a race. Oh, my goodness.
Yes. 111 behind Berkland.
And still trying to milk it across that start-finish line in the 20 is Ethan Fox. Like I said,
He's wanting those points. Those are valuable points that are out there. Remember, there's 3 heats of these. All these points add up. This could mean the difference. Come on, get it across the line. Oh, is it going to get him at the line? Oh.
Barely crossed that start-finish line.
X22, Brianna Payne. And Fox, heartbreak. My gosh, had the lead.
Yeah, he looks great out there, unfortunately. You know, he tried to maneuver around the 2 boats that were sitting there, as you called sitting ducks, and loaded it up like he said. And Brian Palmquist said,
he
"Here
came
I come."
out of that. He came out of that corner and he aired to the safe side and he lifted. Ray, don't you think that's what happened? And loaded it up.
trying to be evasive on the action to make sure he didn't hit anybody. And
Man, that was
unfortunately,
questionable.
pulled
Those were
off.
sitting ducks out there.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Now that we're going to probably, I think, we haven't been told yet, but are we rolling into Sea Service Runabout?
You're,
Sea Service Runabout, I need you to the water. Sea Service Runabout in the water, ready to go.
now we're going to see the history brought back to DePue. Ray, you've got to be excited to see these sea services out here.
You know, it's really interesting. If you look where the seawall is at,
Right.
and if you can imagine going out probably maybe 100 feet, we had docks back when I was a kid. And these boats, the sea service type motor, the sea racing motors, were the SRs, the KRs, and the PRs were the race boat engines of that era. And they would actually take the boat out in the water, put it on the dock, or put it near the dock. And then as kids, we used to get a quarter a day for holding the boat
Wow.
out there on the dock.
Oh, that is so cool. I'm sitting here looking at it, just thinking about it. Did you ever fall in?
Oh, many times. But I went swimming. This lake, when I was a kid, was a swimming lake.
Wow.
And
Okay.
If you, John, I don't know if you've been in the water yet, but when you walk along the shoreline while you're in the water, you have warm feel on your leg, and then all of a sudden you'll feel like a shot of cold air, cold water. This is a spring-fed lake. Budweiser during the wintertime would come up and cut ice out of the lake, float it back down to St. Louis, and make beer out of it.
Now that
That's
is
how
way
clean-
cool, Ray. I think I remember you telling that story now, and I'd forgotten that. But I look out here and I think about that. I also was told something about paddle wheel boats coming up through here.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No doubt. When I was a kid, over there in the first turn, maybe a couple hundred yards off the first turn, there'd be 30 or 40 pleasure boats sitting there watching the races. And unfortunately, as the lake silted in, the mouth, if you look off to your right and south, that's the mouth of the lake that
Right.
empties out into the Illinois River.
All right.
And with that, they used to come in off the river and come in and watch the races. But unfortunately, as time went on, it kept silting in. And, you know, we are where we're at now. But fortunately, the men's club and all the volunteers were able to get the dam in and get the water to a level that we've got a good, safe race course and we're ready to do some racing.
You know, last night, Steve Celerio came to the motor coach and had a good talk. And Rhett Abear, who's a hydrologist, sat there, and it was amazing as he listened to what went into and how he explained to us the significance of, and it was really quite interesting because that was right up his alley. Only he practices that down in Louisiana. He was a winner also earlier, Ray, and
Yeah, I
so
saw
250 mod hydro. That famous Abear name. Mama sitting next to me here. She's still grinning from ear to ear.
Did you say Abear or Hubert?
Better watch out. There she is. She's going to come get you. Tiger Woman. Who dat?
We
Who
know
dat?
we know what's going on. We message. She has some good posts, by the way.
You know, just looking at the shoreline right now compared to what it was when I was a kid, we used to have, when the Nationals were I think 1961 was the first year that the Nationals were held here at DePue. And back then, there was enough shoreline where you could put 3 or 4 trailers that were turned sideways and just leave lanes open for everybody to get their boats down to the water. And then, of course, it went all the way to the west end where the restroom is at down there and would be 2 and 3 deep up there as well. The last year that I ran here at DePue, we had 626 entries, which is the same boat number as Christy Shanks.
Well, I'm looking at the 192 as it's coming in, and there's a giant hole in the bottom right sponson.
Yes.
So wherever that 192 comes in, there's a giant hole in that boat. So if everybody could get down there to help.
Get to the pits, 192's pits.
As many people as can, please go help out the 192 boat as it comes in. There's a giant hole in the right sponson.
All right.
They came through the corner. He and Christy collided in that bottom turn. And must have really done some damage to both of them.
Yep. I was afraid of that, and I hate it. 3 of them coming in on the hook.
It's racing.
We were talking about it earlier about, duct taping boats, people being here until the midnight hour, repairing boats. It's part.
30
Kevin's
to the
got
3.
duct tape right here for us.
There we go. 30 to the 3. This will be our 30. I'm sorry. That's right. 30. I got to get it right, don't I, Ray? 30 to the 4.
30 to the 4?
Yes, they've got a 4-minute clock. Our sea service. The Antiques.
Also, drivers, keep in mind, there are 2 boats being towed in on the beach side. They're coming right across the start-finish line, so please be aware of the boats coming in under tow along the beach line.
Yeah, 30 to the 4. All right.
Yeah, you got these are pretty cantankerous motors to get them to turn over.
It's fun to watch them when they like basically like a choke start there, and then they get them started. But now I've noticed even the antique racers are starting to put the starter box on there.
There's your nephew waving at the cousins. They're up on the fence hollering at him. He just did a little bitty wave.
Jonathan Nielsen in that R21 first out onto the water. Comes from my home state of Washington State. Duke Johnson out of Ohio in that S79. Miss Aaron Proctor in the S52. Devin Huff in the H81. Doug Martin in the R2. Nick Ingles in the C95 out of Bakersfield, California. Justin Gibson in the V113. Tim Weber in the E8. That's your lineup for C Service Runabout.
Let's talk a second about Aaron Proctor. She's driving for David Everhard. She had heard that maybe somebody else was going to drive it, and she was upset. She loves driving this boat. And let me tell you something, she will get it in there and mix it up.
She's a good driver, very good driver.
Yes,
I've watched
she
her
is.
for a few years now.
Yeah. Mod 25 Hydro to the water. Mod 25 Hydro to the water. Jonathan Nielsen, R21, Ellensburg, Washington. Here she is. S52, Aaron Proctor. That's a beautiful boat. That E8, is that what it is? Yeah, Tim Weber's. I love that blue on the nose with the clear deck.
Yes.
That boat is pristine, as is everything that Tim has.
Pulling off.
Yep, we got one that's just decided that's pulling off. I believe that might be Devin Huff in the H81.
It is.
And you can see he's visually upset. He is up there slamming down on the boat there. Unfortunately, the H81 of Devin Huff was not going to make the start. They'll run 4 laps here in our C Service Runabout. Clock reads 1 minute, 30 seconds.
Coming up on that 1 minute. Remember, this was different. This is a 4-minute countdown instead of 3. Thank you, my friend.
Kevin is actually driving for Jack Campbell,
Yep.
who is the king of championships here at Lake DePue.
Yes, he has the most wins, I believe. Wasn't that some of the key factor notes you guys were talking about? And he was a 2021 Hall of Champions inductee.
1 minute. There we go. The cannon goes off. The drivers know. The white flag is up. 1 minute. This is a national championship, am I right, Ray?
That is correct.
They're competing for, so they will be running 3 heats, 4 laps.
$30 seconds. Got maybe a couple early birds. It looks like I can see that R21. You can tell by that big boat. And it looks to be Aaron Proctor is trying to take the inside lane away. So we're going to have to see how they come. As they come down to the start-finish line, the clock reads 15 seconds.
They're a little bit early. You're going to see them porpoise. Look at the noses going up and down. All right, here they go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
They're on it.
Jonathan Nielsen brings him across the start-finish line, but he's got on his inside in that R2, Doug Martin. Here comes the V113 of Justin Gibson. That's a good race for second, third. Doug Martin on the inside, Gibson on the outside. Here comes Aaron Proctor in the 552, but leading him in and out of the first turn is going to be Jonathan Nielsen out of Ellensburg, Washington.
Oh, look at them jump. They're all good. We got a good start. They were right on it. So our Washington driver jumping out to the lead absolutely nailed that start.
Still got a good race for second and third. On the inside is that R2, Doug Martin. On the outside, in the black and yellow boat, is the V113, driven by Justin Gibson. Justin still taking chase. He's going to try and duck on the inside of Doug Martin. Can he do it? Doug Martin starts to slide wide, but Jamie Nielsen starting to go dead out in turn 2.
Look at that.
That's going to leave Doug Martin as now your leader. Can he hold off the V113 of Justin Gibson out of Washington, Illinois?
That boat on the inside's making a little bit of a move. Nope, now dropping back.
And he's going to have to jump over the rooster tail
Oh, look at that.
Doug Martin.
Gonna get racy now.
All right, we're going to have to see what he does as he comes into turn 1. He's going to try and hold down on the inside, and it looks like Doug Martin is going to be able to hold that inside lane. Justin Gibson, Aaron Proctor in the 525.
Hey, down the back straightaway they go. Watch that yellow boat up there in position 2.
The yellow boat is the V113, driven by Justin Gibson. Jonathan Nielsen comes by the start-finish line, looking back, trying to feather that throttle, maybe trying to clear out the carburetor. He's going to stay out on the course. Some points are better than none, but still a good race for first and second. Doug Martin out of Black Diamond, Washington in the R2, being challenged by Justin Gibson out of Washington, Illinois in the V113.
Around the corner they come, still holding the same positions.
White flag is out. One lap to go. Justin's doing a little bit different of a driver's skill on this one. He was holding tight to the corners. Now he's coming a little bit wide. I think I might sense maybe a slingshot move, which means he'll go.
I'm wondering.
Yeah, we're going to have to keep an eye on it, see if he's going to be able to pull it off.
There he goes. That boat in the lead's protecting that inside, though.
In third, in the S79, Duke Johnson. And here's your all blue, light blue, Tim Weber in the E8. Followed by the S52 of Aaron Proctor. Checkered flag is out.
Whoa, look at them jump in that area where we've had a lot of problems through the years. That little cut right there on that backside. Into the corner they come.
White flag will drop. Checkered flag will come up.
Call them to the line, Kay.
Driving across from the Pacific Northwest. Here's your reward. The checkered flag goes to R2. Doug Martin out of Black Diamond, Washington. He was able to hold off Justin Gibson in the V113.
Look at there.
Duke Johnson comes in third in the S79.
Weber picks up a position. Weber down in that turn, the light blue boat. He's going to come away with a fourth. He was in fifth. So who do we have in third?
And third is the S79, driven by Duke Johnson.
Duke Johnson.
Jonathan Nielsen's going to try and milk it across the start-finish line. We've said it a couple times, how the point system works. They will run 3 heats. They will combine all the points from all 3 heats. He or she who has the most points will take top podium finish. If perhaps there's a tie in points, it will come down to time. All of our races are timed by a timer. So that was a great race. Doug Martin takes the checkered flag. Unfortunately, Jonathan Nielsen still trying to figure out what's going on with that R21. He's going to bring it in, and you know whose head's going to be in that motor, huh, Ray? Who do you think's going to be sticking right in there?
All right, Mod 25 Hydro. Mod 25 Hydro. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boats. Braxton Miller driving out of the What's Up Dock Stables out of Grove, Oklahoma, piloting the 36-0. Alan Owen out of Hoffman, Illinois, piloting the V25. Aaron Pitman.
Vanover.
Yeah, she's saying Vanover, not yet. Getting close on the countdown. Aaron Pitman, 8H, Deputy Indiana, Kentucky. All right, Rick Miller, Dr. Rick Pearly White, piloting the 118H out of Grove, Oklahoma. John Matthews, 76H out of Pineville, Louisiana. You heard me earlier talking about John. Look him up. The Hot Pits. Type it into Facebook. You're going to get so much information. Like the page. Interact with the people on the page. It is a great site.
He does so much work. And,
yes.
you know, it's just, we appreciate how much social media has helped to grow our sport.
Look at it. Look. Yeah. I mean, Kevin.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, here we are 1 year later, year 2, DePue. Yeah, buddy. We're bringing it. And we're going to bring it across the whole country. 30 to the 3. There we go. We've heard it. 30 to the 3.
Well, there's an interesting factor that's going to be out there that I'm pretty sure you, sir, might have a good factor in. I heard 2 Miller names. Are we going to have the Miller duo out here? We got Braxton and Rick. Both of them out here in this heat. So which one are you going to choose? You have to pick one.
I'll tell you, it's very, very easy. And it goes like this.
Braxton.
Miller time.
Miller's.
That's all you're going to get out of me.
And you know what? You said that, and I'm sure that Rick's smiling all the way through that
It's
element.
Miller time. Hey, baby. You know, I drive the bus for this team. Those of y'all that don't know, this is the party bus. We travel all over the country. I do announcing. I cook. I throw the parties. But this is What's Up, Doc? Out of Grove, Oklahoma.
Got a brand new trailer, and he was talking about it in one of his podcasts about how he went out there and looked at it to see if everything would fit in there. What did he do? He had cardboard cutouts of all the boats, and he put them inside the trailer. I was like, you did what? Just put the boat in the trailer.
This guy's so ADD, it's unbelievable.
I thought that was pretty good. What's Up Doc Racing is such a great group. Got to meet them at Springfield, Ohio when they came out.
D runabout to the water. We need D runabout to the water. So this should be a fun one. 2 minutes.
There's some girls out here. Erin Vanover in the 8H. That's going to be one to watch. And I believe that's her just making her timing run across the start-finish line right now.
Aaron Pitman in the 8H.
Hey, she waved at you when you said that.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Well, when we were in the drivers' meeting, there were a couple of more drivers that bailed out of this. Last name, Vanover. We were supposed to have Eric and Austin in this because Miss Pitman, what's going on here?
Uh-oh, we got one going in. One of your Miller times has just decided to head to the beer garden.
Oh, no. That's not good. Yeah, you've been around those A-Bears too long.
Keep an eye on this guy walking up towards us.
There we come.
Mr. Fairchild's going to get you. peanut butter and bologna sandwich is what he eats. You know, Erin waves every time she goes by that start-finish line. She is such a cool girl. And I don't know how she does it with racing with those nails. Have you seen her nails?
Yes.
It's like, how do you do that? I guess she could use them to be able to, like, I don't know, turn the carburetor or something. I don't know.
30 seconds. All right. We're going to go with 4 boats. We've lost one. It looked like that was probably Braxton. If I'm not for sure. If not, it was Rick. It had to be one of them.
Those are your drivers. You should know.
Hey, they all look alike.
Clock reads 15 seconds to the start. Got one just a little bit early. You can see Aaron Vanover is going to try and take over that inside lane, but I see a yellow and purple boat just took the inside lane.
3, 2, 1, start. Oh,
wow,
look at this.
This is going to be a great turn 1 on the inside. It's going to be the 360 Braxton Miller, followed by the 76 John Matthews. And we got the maroon boat of the V25. Here comes Erin Vanover. She's going to try and sneak on the inside. And she's unable to do it on this turn, but she's not going to give up. They got 3 laps to go in our Mod 25.
All are legal. All boats are legal.
Looks like Rick Miller's the one that went in. So we got Braxton Miller as your leader.
Braxton, and that is 36-0.
Oh.
Not 360.
36.
Oklahoma. All right, here we go. Around the turn they come, down the straightaway. Miller in the lead. Miller pushing it hard to the start-finish line. Lap number 1, Miller.
John Matthews is in hot pursuit. Look at him dance those sponsons down the front stretch. He is not giving up in that 76H, followed by Alan Owen in the V25 and Aaron Vanover in the 8H.
Around the corner they go. Down the back straightaway. Looks like Miller might be stretching it out a little bit. He looks over his shoulder. The wind seems to be calming down. I'm excited for this.
Yeah, he's stretching out his lead tremendously over John Matthews. John's going a little bit wide, but he might want to be careful because Alan Owen is starting to close the gap, and here comes Aaron Vanover. White flag is out, 1 lap to go.
Here he comes. Let's call him to the line. Lap number 2. That is Braxton Miller driving for What's Up Doc, Grove, Oklahoma.
He's flying that boat. Look, he just started to jump up on that steering wheel when he got a little floaty coming down the front stretch. But he's going to make himself, he's almost making this an oval course to keep the RPMs up. And the 76 is going to be John Matthews, followed by this V25 of Alan Owen and Aaron Vanover in the 8H.
Did you see Owen getting up on that nose? He was not going to fly that boat. Man, he was positioned up.
The race is for third. Erin Vanover is starting to challenge Alan. She closed the gap just even on that lap, but she's running out of time with a half a lap to go because the white flag is dropped. Checkered flag is out. Bring your buddy down to the line there, John.
Braxton Miller coming down the line. Coming to the start-finish line. It's Miller time. Here we go. What's up, Doc? Position 1. Matthews coming in. Position 2. The president of the National Boat Racing Association out of Huffman, Illinois, Alan Owen in position 3. And Aaron Pitman Vanover in 4th. All right, here we go.
Because this one time at a boat race, she met some guy named Austin, and then they were at a driver's meeting, and Austin got down on one knee, and she couldn't say anything but, "Are you serious?"
All right, we're going to flip back to the original order. So that means that we will go with C, Service Runabout. Am I right? Hang on. They're telling me to hang on. Hang on. Hang on. I'm having fun. I don't know about you. I'm having fun.
I didn't feed him anything. Stay out of my pink water bottle, John Rolfe. It says mercury on it.
Yeah. That's been a lot of places.
What you got in your pocket?
Here comes the wind. They call it Raya. All right, let's come on up here to the men's club and get your hamburgers. Come on up, get your shirts, get your orange hat. Check this hat out. If you can see me here in the stand. Now, if that isn't a good-looking hat, you don't have taste, okay? So the hats are beautiful. Check this shirt out.
Make sure you get one of those shirts and grab a Sharpie from the Remember the Dollar General? That was the big podcast conversation. Run on down to the Dollar General. Tell them that you need a Sharpie so you can go back down to DePue and have all the drivers sign it. Perfect shirt, perfect color to have all the signatures on it.
Why did you get a triple extra large?
Because Robert Trollian didn't order it for me. He usually does a triple extra small.
No, that's a Lake DePue.
I know, I'm kidding. It's a medium.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, my gosh. And you're calling numbers?
All right, guys, we're having fun. No, it's in the water. It's in the water. No, Trollian slipped me some water.
All right, here's the schedule as it lays. Here's the schedule. D runabout, you are next. 175, get to the water. C service runabout, you're off to them.
There's
Once
the order.
again, that's the order we're going to go with. It's going to be D runabout, 175, C service runabout.
There you go. We change on the fly.
So we're going to go from one van over to another. So Fiancé Austin's going to be out in this next one in the 82F. Alan's going to jump from one boat to another in the V25. And Ralph Cook's going to be in the 4L.
2L.
2L, sorry.
2L. Now let me talk a little bit about what you all are getting ready to look at out here on this race course. Ralph Cook out of Utica, Mississippi. He pilots the fastest water ski in the country. Surfboard, Benton. This is a roll-up boat. This is old school. If you get an opportunity, you come down and check this out. He couldn't run it in the 1100 class because it didn't have sides on it. We wanted to run tandem or a deck rider. They said no, they cried foul. But this is called a roll-up, 30 to the 3. Watch this little boat, very historic boat. It's amazing. When he goes into the turn, he actually leans out and touches his head on the water, and he rolls that boat up through the turn. Now, if you go and look on the inside of this boat, this gentleman is from Mississippi, and he's as real as it gets. No knee pads, a hole through the floor, okay? He hooks his knee in that.
That's
Here
crazy.
we go. Are we getting ready? So then next, Alan Owen out of Hoffman, Illinois in the V25. Alan is the National Boat Racing Association president. Has done a wonderful job in leadership with us and for us. We thank Alan for all that he does. He pours his heart and soul in this. If you get an opportunity, come down to Centralia, Illinois in 2 weeks. We will be having our National Long Course Championship, and we will also have the Title Series there with us for a great weekend at Castle Ridge. Get down there, have fun. Lots of fun activities for the kids. This is going to be live music, so come on down. Now then, here's the flyer. We call them the Flyers, the Vanover family. We've got Austin Vanover piloting 82F out of Berea, Kentucky. So a little bit ago, you heard me say when we were saying Erin and where she was from, and something was said, Indiana, and I said, no, Kentucky. So there it is, Berea, Kentucky. All right, we're anxiously awaiting. What's that helicopter off in the distance?
A helicopter?
Right there.
Yes, what that helicopter was in the distance. I told you it's a helicopter. Don't hit me.
Oh, wow. A helicopter.
Helicopter.
I thought it might be the Drug Enforcement Agency flying low. Who knows? Here we go.
Look at the hat that Robert Trollian scored.
Excuse me, sir. This is a restricted area through here. You must come around the backside in the future.
All right, we're going to change this up one more time. 175 Hydro, get in the water. 175 Hydro, you will be next. Get him in the water, ready to go. Following 175 will be C Service runabout. 175 to the water. So C Service runabout to the water. Mod 25.
And then we'll do a back-to-back with D runabout, back-to-back.
Thank goodness for my clipboards.
You know, they've got a saying, if change bothers you, then don't go boat racing. Because you've got to be ready for change.
I always got to be ready. My dad always had me suited up, ready to go 3 to 4 heats in advance. And when you're in Bakersfield, California, it was hot.
Yeah. Stigler, Oklahoma. 115-degree heat index. Kevlar, helmets. Having to stand there and wait.
Yep.
That was awful.
But it was all in the fun to go boat racing. All right, next class out will be 175 Hydro. You should be in the water ready to go. 175 Hydro should be in the water ready to go.
Now, Brian Palmquist was your winner in that first heat with 400 points.
30 to the 3. We
Yes.
got it. 30
He
to
did
the
a great
3.
job. That was a great heat.
Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. They're waving the... Like I said, you got to be able to move quickly. Because when they call it, when the number is called, when your number is called, be ready.
Well, there were 7 drivers in that first heat that got points.
Out of 12. We'll see how many make it back out.
All right, here we go.
Ethan Fox was able to salvage 95 points out of that heat,
Yep.
with Palmquist having won the first heat, with Brianna Payne second, Bailey Birkeland third. I'm sorry, not 22. Christy Ellison finished in the second spot.
Right.
Then Bailey Birkeland, Marshall Eldridge, Paul Keller, Ethan Fox, and then you have the 7th place boat had 71 points for it.
30 to the 3. Hell, I can't see my fans now. What's the deal? I wave at them. Huh?
They're gonna put it down. They just have to take it to work.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we got to be able to wave to the fans.
I'm hoping to see Will Hunter out of there in that 10 CE. Unfortunately, he came in on a rope. That's a black boat with orange writing. So hopefully he had enough time to figure out what was going on, because I kind of am a fan favorite of that one. I really thought that he was going to be out there doing well. Going to give Brian Palmquist a run for his money.
And again, remember, they run 3 heats.
Yep.
3 of them. So this is the second, the midpoint for them.
First out on the water is Miss Brianna in this X22, but it looks like she might be having some issues. We're going to see if she's going to do that Texas donut or whatever we used to call it.
How come she'll wag that tail?
Member, by the way.
There, she shook it loose. All right.
Kristy Ellison in the 22, the all-white lime green boat, followed by the V8, Bailey Birkeland in her brand new boat. You just heard Ray say it. She got 3rd on the last heat.
C-Stock runabout. C-Stock runabout, I need you ready to go.
Christy Shank in the bright blue 626 makes her way out onto the course.
All right, Ray, you're going to be our accountant, okay? Tabulate these points. Tabulate those points. Let us know.
All right. Palmquist has 400. Christy Ellison with 300. Bailey Brooklyn was 225. Marshall Eldridge was 169. Paul Keller was 127. Ethan Fox was 95. And Deanna Payne was 71.
All right, so get your pen and papers out. Ray's going to give you all of the point status, and I want everybody to do their calculations for this heat because I have a feeling our scorers are going to need some help after that last one.
1 minute. 1 minute. There it goes. The 1 minute gun is fired off.
The 888 comes across the start-finish line. That's your boy, Ray.
I hope he can run.
It's still running. It's looking good.
Load it up.
No, just came out of turn 1, halfway down the backstretch, right to belly up against the 22 of Kristy Ellison. The clock reads 30 seconds to the start. Got us a couple early birds. We're going to have to see what they're going to do. We've talked about it earlier. They must go around all the buoys in turn 2. We're going to see if some of them are going to opt to go flying through turn 2 and make one more circle. Clock reads 19 seconds.
Here we come.
That 626, Kristy Shank. Check her out making a slingshot move right through the middle.
Check it out. They should be able to hit it right now.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gonna have a couple early birds, but your boy nailed the start in the 888 coming down the start finish line, floating it pretty high, followed by the 22 of Kristy Ellison. V8, Bailey Birkeland, 626. Kristy Shank.
Look at him go. He was right on that start.
And it looks like a really late start by Brian Palmquist in the 10E. He's going to have to make up a lot of ground in only 3 laps.
Wow.
I'm not sure what happened on that one.
4 laps. All boats, Ray, all boats are legal.
All right, your boy's out in the lead in the 888. Comes out of turn 2, but he's being chased down by Kristy Ellison in the all-white lime green 22. Here comes Palmquist. He's making his way into turn 2 right now. He's going to have to pick them off one by one, but your boy's getting real flighty over there.
Watauka. Look at the family. They're up on the rail. They're pounding the rail.
Bailey did a lot of testing in that test session. It's paying off. She's sitting in 3rd place in that V8, followed by the 626, Kristy Shank.
There he goes, Ray, down the back straightaway.
Paul Keller in the 52.
That 2nd place boat wanting to move, but he's saying no, no, no.
Great race for 4th and 5th. The 626, Kristy Shank on the outside, trying to hold off the 52 of Paul Keller. Both of these two flying down the backstretch.
Here they come.
Looks like we got one more down. I believe that's going to be the X22. Miss Brianna is coming across start-finish line.
Ray, we've got everybody up in the family.
Raymond, no, your boy's going down. The 22 is going to take over the lead. Miss Kristy Ellison, followed by the V8 boat, Bailey Birkeland. Great race for 3rd and 4th. 626 gets real flighty, Kristy Shank. And on the inside is the 52 of Paul Keller. A great race for 3rd and 4th here, John. Check them as they go through the apex. On the inside is Paul Keller. On the outside is the 626 of Kristy Shank. Kristy, and now here comes Palmquist. He's trying to battle through there. Can he thread the needle?
Birkeland made a move. She's had a 3rd. Now she's up into a 2nd, if I'm not mistaken. Valuable points.
Palmquist is taking over the 4th place.
Here goes Palmquist.
White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Your leader, Kristy Ellison, comes across the start-finish line, followed by
Birkeland, V8 should be.
Look at them battle it out. Palmquist is sneaking in on the inside, and he's going to take back that 3rd place position, taking it away from Paul Keller in the 52. Palmquist picking them off one by one. Only 3/4 of a lap to go. He's got his eyes on Bailey. She better powerhouse right through that backstretch. But the checkered.
All right. Palmquist picking them off. He was asleep at the start. Something had to be wrong. Either loaded up because he was way, way late. But here we go. Column to the line.
Checkered flag is out for Kristy Ellison in the 22 as she slides way wide and gives a nod to the start-finish line. They're waving it proudly.
Here we come.
Bailey
Position 2.
Berkland in the V8 boat, as you call it, and Palmquist is still on hot pursuit, but he runs out of time, and he has to be
Third.
satisfied with a third place.
V8. Have you had your V8? I'm telling you. Oh, watch out.
Paul
Second
Keller
and
in
a
the
third.
52 from Cass City, Michigan, comes across the start finish line.
All right.
Followed by the 626, Christy Shank, Lakeland, Florida is where she calls home.
I think we probably saw some movement in the points there, didn't we, Ray?
Yeah, you sure did. Christy now has 700 points and is out front with Palmquist having a first and a third. So he's sitting at 625. So this one is Christy's to win. If she can just finish in front of him in this next heat, she could win the whole thing.
All right, but where is Berkland sitting? Didn't she have a second
She was
and a
third.
third?
She has 525 points.
Okay. So she's a strong third?
Yes.
At this time, you never know. We got one more heat of 175s coming up later on.
Okay. All right, what was our order?
Next class out, C Service Runabout. Next class out, C Service Runabout should be in the water, ready to go.
Ready.
Aaron Kimball. Diet Pepsi, please.
Oh, no, give me a break.
What?
You have your own personal helper?
She's got him down in her cooler, which is. Do you want to announce this next race by yourself?